Hello everyone, welcome to my tutorial. Today we are going to discuss about the string class. Remember that when we talked about the data types, we find that there are two types. One is the primitive and the other one is the non-primitive. All the numerical types are part of the primitive data type, and string is part of the non-primitive data type. Okay, and what is a string? We already got familiar with the concept of it, but again I'm defining the string to be as a collection of characters. Okay, so this is how we define or we initialize and declare a string variable. A string, let's say name equals Faizullur. Okay, so this is how we define a string. With the first, the data type is a string, and then the variable name, and then it's a collection of what? It's a collection of the character types. Okay, and the character type should be enclosed with a double quote. This is the double quote. Okay, so now save it, and the string actually gave us some inherent method which we can use for our calculations or for our programming. So one of the method is length. So the string gives the length of itself. How do we do this? System.out.ln, and length is plus name.length. Okay, so let's now run it. And see these, this is giving us a length of 11. Why? So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so it gave me the length of my name. Remember, like there is a space which we call the white space. The tab is also a part of the white space. Okay, and string considers all kind of spaces as a character. So when it calculated the length of the string, it also calculated the white space inside. String has a very good another method. So one is the uppercase and lowercase, so you can convert all the value to the uppercase or lowercase. So let's see. Dot, and I'm going to print with uppercase. Type the variable name and a dot, and then Eclipse will give you the appropriate methods. So in our case, we are to uppercase. Okay, so the first one. And if we would like to make it the lowercase, it can do that as well. Oops, sorry. To lowercase. Okay, so now I think I missed one. Okay, wait, I don't need this. Okay, so now let's run it. And you see, like first it gave me the length, and then it made all the characters to uppercase, and it made all the character to lowercase. String also give us a method so that we can find a specific character, the location of the character inside the string. Okay, so let's say I would like to find the value, the location of Z. Okay, so let's see. And name dot index of, and I want to find the location of Z. Okay, so if I'm going to run it, it will tell me the location. Okay, location of Z is 3. So that's the index. The index starts with here 0. Okay, so 0, then 1, then 2, and the location of Z is 3. Okay, if we would like to see the location of N, okay, and run as Java application, and you can see this time it gives 7. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and number 7 is n. Okay, so a string has a powerful method that is called the string concatenation. So let's look into that. So I declare two variables, my first name, and I declare another variable which is my last name. Okay, and I'm going to do a string concatenation. What is that? String concatenation is just adding the strings. So I'm going to print it. Okay, so we do the string concatenation by the plus operator. Okay, the plus operator just adds two strings. So now let's run it. And you see it printed as Faisal Noor, but there is no space. So how can we put a space? We just have to add another concatenation with a space. Okay, and remember, whenever you do the concatenation, you have to use the plus sign. So now let's save it and run it. Okay, and you see that there is a space. Okay, so we learned about this string concatenation. If we would like to add a string with a number, so let's say okay, and equals, let's say I'm saying x equals, and then I'm going to add the text and number, text plus I. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, so see x equals 5. So we have added two different type of data types. One is a string and the other one is a number, and whenever there is a numeric thing you add with the string, it just concatenate. Okay, let's say like I am making int I and int j equals 10, and when I'm going to print I plus j, so this will print 15. Okay, because it's the same data type, this is a number, and it's just added inside in here. But what happens if I say string I equals, let's say 5, and string j equals, oops, sorry, it's 10. Okay, so when I'm going to print I and j, this will consider as a string, so it's not going to be a numeric addition. So you will see the result would be 510. So let's run it. And you can see like this printed 510. Okay, so we learned about concatenation, we learned about few of the string methods which are very useful. With the string we can do some other stuff like substring and this. I want to show you another thing, like how do you compare a string to a string. So let's say string apple txt1 equals okay, and let's say string txt2 equals, okay, so there are two statements, two variables, text1 is apple and text2 is also apple. Are they same? Are they equal? We don't know, right? So let's test it. If there is equal to method in a string, and that is very useful when you are comparing with the strings. So if txt1 dot equals okay, and we are comparing txt2 and they're equal. Okay, so let's run it, and it's going to be false. I mean, we are not going to see anything because they are not equal. Okay, this apple and this apple, they are not equal. They are two different objects. One has a smaller lowercase, and the other one has a uppercase a. So they are not equal. So how can we make these two to be equal? So we have to convert this to a lowercase, and we already have seen the method to make a string to a lowercase. So txt2 dot to lowercase. Okay, so this time we are doing what? We are making this as a lowercase. So this becomes apple. Okay, and now let's compare. Run as Java application and say like they are saying like they are equal. Okay, so you also see the the equal method that is coming along with the string, and by which we actually compare the strings as well. So that's it about a string. There are a lot of different methods and different exercises you can do from the internet. So that's up to you. Like if you do more exercises, things will be more clear. But today's lecture on string is finished, and see you in the next tutorial.